day everyone, my name is Courtney Viola from class CP261H1, and for today, I'm going to present my final project. Stay Hotel has a mini hotel online reservation system. It functions like a tourist reservation form. It has a unique design form, same as like reservation website. I would like to point out that my program is not a management system where a hotel crew only has the access like the front desk area. The user of this program is a customer that would input his information, search for room depends on occupancy, choose desired room, and get their invoice or receipt and also their room number afterward. So all about the program. So the program functions as a mini hotel online reservation system. It contains various features for viewing different type of rooms, booking multiple reservations, and confirming its reservation. We can imagine it as a website, just like today's modern booking. The C# programming language was used to create this project. To gain access, the user must first sign in by entering their name and email address, after which they can view room rates, enter view and fill reservation form, add and list rooms, and view confirm reservation. This system makes it easy to display and book rooms since it is not time consuming, and it also generates a total bill amount during the booking process. This project is simple to use and easy to understand by the users. So basically, it is the same as booking hotel through online, such as accessing websites. Here we have our flowchart of how our program works. So first, we execute it. Following, it will ask some informations like name and email. After we input the name and email, it will show the menu bar. The menu bar here, we have our showroom rate, book now, and show reservation. So first, let's go to showroom rate. So if we select the showroom rate, it will display the rooms like the room rates, and here we have our search bar. So if we input the number of occupancy, it will show the room type, such as if the occupancy will have 3 persons. If we input 3, it will show only the rooms for 3 persons. So if we input 4, it will show rooms for 4 persons. So after the show type, if we want to go back to menu, it will go back to show room rate, book now, and reservation, or exit. So if we select book now, this is where the booking begins. So if we select book now, it will display the rooms. After that, we would need to input the selected room. From there on, it will ask how many nights you would like to spend and how many occupancy. Following, it will show the invoice. In the invoice, it will just show our receipt, wherein it will just multiply the nights we spend and also the room rates. So after that, it will ask if we want to confirm the booking. So if we say yes, it will show our room number and it will display a message of enjoy your stay. So if we say no, it will just ask back if we want to go back to menu or exit. Next is the show reservation. So here in our show reservation, if we didn't book anything, it will show nothing or just the title Stay Hotel. Here we can have multiple reservations. So if we book multiple, it will show our bookings here. So it will display our bookings, and after that, they would ask if we want to go back to menu or exit. Here is the implementation of C# OOP. So we use encapsulation, polymorphism, interface, abstraction, and exception handling. So in the last previous weeks, we studied in detail the object-oriented aspects of C#. And for today's code, we have an emphasis on interface, abstraction, and exception handling. We consider some abstraction that will enable us to implement a reservation system for a variety of resources, and we provide an interface implementation. So the abstract base of classes we define provide reusable code that enable us to easily implement our list of rooms. So we will see how the C# language features facilitate in our code later. Now in our interface, we have an interface invoice and interface iRoom, and we have a method here of void book room. Next is our exception handling. Now, a lot of the time, when our program is running, there's going to be certain things that can go wrong. So, I used exception handling. The try block, this is the block of code inside which the error can occur. So try has the code that inputs the option being selected. I only use it once in the class program. Catch. Now when any error occurs in the try block, catch block is going to handle it. So our catch has the go to menu statement or the return statement that enables the code to go back to the menu whenever an exception occurs. So I use the format exception. It is the general exception, and we can see later in our code how it works. Let's book a room. Now let's try to see our code and execute it. Here we have our code. Now first is the list. So here are my list of rooms. We have the room types and room numbers, which I only generated randomly, and also their prices. Here we have our main program, the class program. So we have our if-else statements and switch cases for the selection process. Now here is our try block, which is the whole menu. Now here we have our catch block, which has a built-in format exception E. Now after our statement is executed and an exception is generated, it will be caught by our catch block, where if we have an error occur, it will just go back to the menu or return back to menu. Now here is our interface invoice and interface iRoom, and here we have our abstract class, which is it will get the name, stay, and occupant. And here we have our classroom, and it will just get and set the room number and price from the list. Now let's try to execute our code. Now here we have our output. Here we have the course stay hotel, and here they ask for our information. So first, let's enter our name. Here we have to input our email, and they will just imagine that they will contact us later. Now if we enter, we will have our menu bar. So here we have our view room rates, book now, view reservation, or exit. So first, let's try the view room rates. Now here we have our room rates. Now if we input our number of guests, it will display the specific room we need. If we input 2 for 2 persons, it will show the standard queen for 2 persons and the deluxe queen. Now let's try again. If we input for 3 persons, it will show the executive deluxe. This is for 3 persons, and the family room for 3 persons. So this is how the view room rates work. And remember, this is the search bar. Now let's go back to the menu. So if we select the book now, this is where our bookings began. So here we have our room rates, and if we enter a room, let's say the standard queen, let's select 3, and it will ask how many nights are you going to stay. So if we input 2, and how many occupants, let's input 2, it will show the invoice. Here we have our invoice. So we chose the standard queen for 1,500 pesos, and we chose to spend the night for 2 nights. So if we multiply 1,500 to 2, our total bill would be 3,000. So if we want to complete our booking, let's press 1. Here it shows our room number, which is the 31B, and here we have a message, enjoy your stay. Again, if we want to book another one, let's go back to the menu. Let's book now. Here, let's try the premier room. And here we have our invoice, 3,200, and the night we spent our 6. So our total bill would be 19,200. So if we want to complete booking, and it says enjoy your stay. Now let's view our reservation. So we go back to menu and press the view reservation. Here we have our reservations. So the Courtney's reservation, we have the standard queen in the premier room, and it shows our room number. We can have multiple reservation. Let's just go back to the menu and book now. And if we want to confirm our reservation, let's just go to view reservation. Let's try our exception handling implementation. Now, if we input the character, it will just go back here to our menu. Now, if we press exit, it will just say thank you for visiting. And that is all for my final project. Thank you.